Hey everybody, this is Ryan from The Tap with Patrick and Ryan, and this week's episode is coming to you from the vault. We'll be back next week with an all-new episode. Enjoy.
Is it recording?
Every time. Yeah, we're going to call this episode 1.
Of The Tap.
The Tap. The official name now.
It's a name.
It's not a bad name.
And to celebrate,
I didn't want to do this.
at 11 o'clock in the morning.
It's not, though. It's 10.
It's 10?
It's 10:13.
Oh, it's 10. I thought she said it was 11.
Yeah, she said, I don't know.
Oh, I thought she said it was coming up on 11. Yeah, it's only 10.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a shot of whiskey. We don't know what kind of whiskey. I don't even want to smell it. I don't want to smell it, dude. It's going to be...
It's pretty good.
It's probably not. It's like a well whiskey.
Alright, so. To what?
To our podcast. Episode 1.
Tank. It's actually not a bad combo. Thank you, man.
It's horrible. So,
Yeah, that was your idea.
I know.
He took a drink of my orange juice.
Immediately.
It's mine.
Immediately.
That combo tastes like cough syrup.
Kinda. That was cheap whiskey. But, so we're recording our second episode, titled Episode 1, at the Doghouse Saloon.
In Muskegon, Michigan. That's where we're from, and we love it.
It's an interesting town.
I like it.
Seems to be a lot of murders lately.
What?
Seems to be a lot of murders lately.
Oh, I heard you, but what do you mean?
I mean, there's like a lot of murders. People are getting shot.
I've never heard. I didn't hear that. Like recently, or like I know
Like
the last
every
couple of
week.
years have been pretty bad.
Every week, someone's getting shot.
Well, everybody dies.
I prefer not to be shot in the middle of the street while I'm walking my dog.
Which dog?
Not my wife. Oh, that actually would imply that I walk any of my dogs, which I don't.
You don't, and you live in the middle of nowhere.
The sticks.
Yeah. So I think you're safe.
Yeah, I'm pretty safe.
But yeah, on this episode, we wanted to talk more about ourselves, right?
Yeah, we put something out on Facebook about questions or topics.
Yeah, did anybody respond?
Well, the response was overwhelming.
No.
It was 0.
Yeah. Nobody listens to this. It's pretty cool.
Yet.
Yeah.
But that's all right.
Patrick Gillen did a lot.
He did.
Yeah. He loved it.
Well, I guess shout out to our number 1 fan, Patrick Gillen.
Number 1 fan, P. Gillen.
Do you think it was after he was porking Katie, or
I can't say. Maybe during.
what if it was during? Hi, Katie. Just in case Patrick's going down on you right now.
Oh boy.
Hi.
They're gonna love our shout outs to them.
Shout out to Katie.
So okay.
All right, so you grew up in North Muskegon all your life.
Yep.
Lived in the same house.
For 22 years.
22 years.
Well, 23 collectively. Because I moved out and then back in for a year.
So
Ish.
like your whole life. Like you were born in the hospital and you came home to that house.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what happened. Born in Shelby.
Shelby?
Yeah. The Shelby Hospital.
Is that still there?
As far as I know.
I shaved my head.
Oh. Last time I saw him, he had long hair.
It was down to my chin.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Wait, take it off again.
I look stupid.
No.
I look like a monk in a video game. With bald head and beard.
Kind of. You're not bald, though.
No, I
You got...
had my son do it.
Okay.
He thought it was fun. Yeah, I get sick of like washing it
Yeah, it does get
and
cumbersome.
drying it, and then like I'd wear a hat and it would always like curl up, and I just felt stupid. So
Why?
I don't know. I get real self-conscious. Shelly was like, "Hey, hair's a mess. Your beard's a mess."
You tell her to shut up.
I do.
So you were born. You've lived a lot of places. Where were you born?
I was born in Muskegon
Okay.
at General Hospital.
Where's that?
It's not Mercy General. It's along the highway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was born there. Lived in West Michigan pretty much all my life. We lived in Arizona.
What year were you born?
75. 75. What year were you born?
1989.
89.
Yeah.
So I was 14.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You could be my dad, but you're not.
I could. 14? I wasn't fucking when I was 14.
I was. No.
My cousin doesn't count, but I don't think he could get pregnant.
Well, I don't know.
Secret time, I was molested.
No. Either way.
At least it wasn't my priest.
I thought you said Prius at first.
Yeah, my Prius. I would love to be molested by a Prius.
It'd be clean.
It would be. That's exactly what I was thinking. It would take its time. It would turn its lights on.
Be more like a kiss on the cheek rather than a dick in the ass. What? Oh. I feel mine in the gut.
It burns.
Yeah.
We're whispering off mic. We really need to get microphones.
No.
I think we do.
Well, yeah, but eventually.
Yeah. I envision a laptop with microphones, so it
And-
doesn't sound so washed out.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is
We need the money for that. So if anybody's listening,
if anyone wants to kick some money our way,
or microphones,
or microphones,
and a computer.
and a computer.
Yeah, anything helps.
I have a computer. I need to get it worked on though. My battery doesn't last anymore, which is not a big deal. It's even plugged in.
I have a computer, it's just not portable.
My laptop is.
Yeah,
It's just old.
we don't need that. Okay, so,
Rid of the porn viruses. So yeah, I was born in Muskegon. Lived in West Michigan most of my life. I like to say we summered in Arizona, or wintered in Arizona,
okay,
because it sounds like we were rich,
right.
but we weren't.
So why'd you go
And
to
it was only
Arizona?
3 years.
Right, why?
My grandpa moved out to Arizona because of the climate, and my dad has a lot of health problems, so we moved out there, and it really helped with his health problems, but it didn't help with his obsessive drinking,
Oh,
so it didn't really help. But so we'd spend winters in Arizona and then come back to Michigan in the summers. We did that like 3 years, I think, and then it was full-time in Michigan.
so you only really lived in Arizona for not even 3
Not even
years.
3 years, like a year and a half, really, if you count the time. But
What do you like better?
Florida,
What? You were there earlier this year.
yeah, amazing.
Yeah, for what, a week and a half, 2 weeks?
Yeah, 10 days.
10 days, yeah. I watched his house.
Did you find anything disgusting in our house?
No.
'Cause I hid this gross stuff.
Did you really?
Like, really hid it.
What did you,
I
what?
don't want to say what I hid, because then you would.
I didn't look.
I didn't think you would. I didn't want you opening a drawer and finding, like, something bad.
A giant
Double dong,
20-inch dong dildo.
straight out of Requiem for a Dream.
What is that?
That's a great movie.
I've never seen that.
It's a Jared Leto movie with Jennifer Connelly.
Ooh,
You should watch it.
I like her in A Beautiful Mind.
In fact, why don't you, that'll be your homework assignment for this week. Watch Requiem for a Dream.
Okay. Homework,
And
I
we
like
can,
that.
We can discuss it next week.
I'll see what I can do about that.
It's easy to find.
Is it?
I don't think I have it. In fact, I know I don't. It's good. Jared Leto's a great actor.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll check it out.
even if you get like bored in it, like stay till the end.
You know what I watched the other day? Monkey Bone.
With
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Fraser? Who cares?
He's washed up. He doesn't do anything anymore.
I was thinking about that while I was watching that.
He doesn't do anything.
I was like, what does he do? He probably doesn't have to.
He probably made a boatload of money.
Probably just from George of the Jungle.
Yeah. Did they make 2 of those?
Yeah, but he wasn't in the second
It wasn't
one.
in the sequel.
No, that was, I liked that movie.
What about Encino Man with him? Did you ever see that? Pauly Shore?
I did. Long time ago. Pauly Shore was in that?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but
I could be
Christopher
wrong.
Walken is in that
I
too.
could be 100% wrong.
Christopher Walken is the dad, right?
I don't know. I could be 1,000% wrong.
He could be. I don't know. Pauly Shore was sort of in and out of everything.
Pauly Shore is a really interesting person. Like, do you know like his history?
He was on MTV.
Yes.
I know that.
An MTV VJ. When MTV played music.
VJ?
Yeah, video jockey.
Oh, okay.
A little before your time.
Oh!
Ah, buddy.
Yeah.
His mother owned the she's passed now, but she owned the Comedy Store in LA.
Really?
Yes. Her name was Mitzi.
Okay.
Shore. And she was the queen of comedy. Like, if she liked you, you were golden. If she hated you, she would tell you. Not what we're looking for. All the impressions I've heard sound like that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to learn more about that.
Here comes our food.
Man, I'm excited.
Keep going. Well, let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. Thank you very much.
Wow, that looks amazing.
There's your bacon.
All right.
And yours will be out in just a second. We're just waiting on your toe.
That's a deep voice. I think we should start every podcast off with a ridiculous drink, don't you?
Maybe. Unless it becomes a problem.
It's gonna be.
Yeah. Oh, then, yeah, let's keep doing it then.
Okay. One of the podcasts I listen to, the Bertcast, anytime he does a drinking podcast, 1 million downloads. It's on.
Remember me yelling at you? Choked me?
Big dick out of her mouth.
Why I yelled at
He says, my bad. He choked a waitress and said, my bad. In here the next day.
This is
our,
we don't even have to talk right now.
this is our breakfast. Are we going to have like 20 minutes of silence as we eat?
No, because they can hear everybody in the background, and that's good enough. But no, this is good. I ordered biscuits and gravy with an egg on top with a side of bacon. What did you order?
I ordered an Irish omelet with,
That he didn't know was an omelet at first.
I didn't. I honestly just thought it was corned beef hash and hash browns. And I was going to get an egg on top of it.
But
I had a thought for today. I was gonna order a shot of whiskey, and then I was gonna order you a super girly drink, like a mimosa.
oh, mimosas are good.
I've never had one.
I had the only time I've ever had mimosa was in a sippy cup.
Okay.
I can tell this story. It was when I was playing with a band called Carpet and the Boom Booms.
I really thought it was gonna be. Hey, my mom just gave me a mimosa in a sippy cup.
No, but we played the Lake House for New Year's Eve, and we were in the back room just hanging out, and the waitress came around and was taking drink orders, and I don't know, I was just being a shithead because that's just what I was doing, and I ordered a mimosa, and everybody else's drink came out in like a normal glass, and she put mine in a sippy cup because she said I was behaving like a child.
Yes. Rules.
I drank it,
Oh, yeah.
and it was okay. Tasted like champagne with orange juice.
So, the lake house, that's kind of a big thing in Muskegon, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So you have, like, legitimate music talent. You're not just like a
I don't know.
kid in a garage.
Right now I am. But, no, that was when I was playing with a pretty... we were good. It was a cover band, but it was a lot of fun.
What kind of songs did you cover on your cover band?
We did a lot of Allman Brothers band songs. Some Beatles, Weezer, Black Keys. One song we did I really enjoyed was by Dire Straits, The Sultans of Swing.
Oh, yeah.
That was
baseball
a lot of
movie. Or baseball song.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I just liked the tune.
I could be wrong.
It
I
happens.
might have made that up.
Did you?
No, I legitimately think it's a baseball song.
Oh, okay. Speaking of baseball,
Yes, congratulations to the Chicago Cubs.
who you've been a fan of for how long?
All my life.
All your
Everything
life.
okay, fellas?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you.
I actually have like family that comes from Chicago.
Yeah?
Like distantly. Like when we immigrated here, we went to Chicago.
Where'd you come from?
Well, Ireland and
Makes
Holland.
sense. Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
You look like an Irish Hollander.
I do. I have a red beard. Reddish beard.
Red and
Gray
gray.
now. I never had gray until I had kids.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah.
That's why, I don't know, for people who listen far and away, who don't know me,
Horrible movie.
what?
Horrible movie.
Far and away.
away.
I've never seen it.
Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman.
I'm not as old as you.
It's a horrible movie. They got together on the set of that movie.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are they married?
Not anymore.
Oh, wait, Nicole Kidman's married to somebody.
Some country fact.
Yeah, that's why I said you're not going to like me.
Bully number 2.
But, I mean, I was saying, people who don't know, I have a receding hairline. And I wish that, instead of that, I would just go gray.
Go ahead.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Because I want my hair. I don't care what color it is.
Because I guess you could always color it if it was
Yeah.
gray. Like I could color my beard.
Can't color it if it's not there.
Right. I have a little bit of a receding hairline.
Yeah, but it's not bad.
No, it's sexy. At least that's what my mom says.
Don't worry, Patty, honey. Your receding hairline is
I
sexy.
actually got an award for it once.
You have a hairline?
Yeah, my mom. She gave me an award.
Shut up.
She liked it. Your hairline is... It's A+
She
hairline.
gave you an award?
Hmm?
Like a physical award.
Yeah, on the computer. It was a certificate.
Just like one that she made? Mm-hmm. That's stupid.
Yeah. I don't know why you think it's stupid, because I had an A+ hairline.
Maybe I'm just jealous.
Maybe. You're rocking like a C+.
That's not bad, though. C's get degrees, Buster. So, yeah. What are they learning about us right now?
Oh, I don't even think they're paying attention. They're deep into their keynote.
No, not them.
Oh, the
Yeah.
listeners.
No.
I thought we were talking about the other bar patrons.
No. It's best not to address them.
Oh, they all look skeezy.
I'm sure they're nice people, though.
Yeah, I doubt it. What have they learned so far? We both were born in Muskegon. Mm-hmm. You were born in Shelby, which is a little north of Muskegon.
You lived in Arizona.
I live in Arizona. I've been to Florida.
The furthest from home I've been was Texas.
I've been to Texas.
Texas was pretty cool.
I went to Texas on a job once to be a truck driver. And I didn't like it.
Why?
it was a good company, but I got to Texas and they put you through this 1-week training program, and then at the end of the week you would go out on the road with a paired driver. And I flew through it, and I realized I would never be home because I was based out of Texas.
Right.
So I decided I wasn't going to do it. And I went to the Amtrak station and got on a train and came home to Michigan.
When was that?
Oh, it was like 6-7 years ago.
Okay. So before you worked for the other moving company with trucks?
Yep, way back.
Okay. Let's see.
How many jobs have you had in your life?
Okay. I'll give you the complete job history.
All right.
When I was old enough to drive, I'd say 16, I worked at the first McCormick's that opened up around here. On the corner of Russell and Bard.
It's a gas station.
Yeah, that's a McCormick's gas station. There's 2 or 3 of them now. There's 3 now that I know of. But this is the first one that opened up. So I worked there, and then I was there for a couple months. And then I was in high school and in marching band, so I think that one I sort of quietly got let go because of my marching band schedule, I think. Because I didn't quit, and nobody's told me I was fired. They just stopped scheduling me. So I just stopped going.
All right.
And then after that, my next job was Michigan's Adventure, where kind of the same thing happened. I worked there for a couple months, and then it was oh, marching band is happening now. So,
what did you do at Michigan's Adventure, which is an amusement park owned by Cedar Point?
Yeah, it wasn't at the time I worked there.
No.
Okay. I got paid $6.50 an hour to stand, and one of my jobs was to make sure that people had shoes on the ride and to make sure they were fastened in. And one time I said, "Sir, you need to have shoes on. This is not the water park." And he proceeded to curse me out. He said something to the effect of, "This is fucking bullshit." And I was in my head, I was thinking, I'm 16, 17 years old. I don't want to have to deal with this.
You didn't have a beard then?
No, I was completely shaved, and I had a bald head at the time.
Fresh-faced bald Ryan.
Yeah, I was bald. It was weird. I'll have to pull up a picture of that because those exist. And then after Michigan's Adventure, my next job was right out of high school, and I worked for Vector Marketing, selling Cutco knives.
What?
For 3 days.
A door-to-door salesman?
Yeah, but I never got there because all I did was I sold a set of knives to my dad, which he claims, I don't know, it gets higher every time. But my sister did the same thing with pots and pans, and they also get higher every time, and it's very funny.
Oh my god.
So my dad bought a set, my grandpa bought a set, and I think that's it. And
you were
made
the #1 salesman in West Michigan.
No.
Oh.
No, there's people, it was a pyramid scheme. They wouldn't call it that, but yeah, you know. There were people there who rode it all the way to the top, and I mean, which you can do, but I'm just not that guy. So my dad and my grandpa bought a set of these knives, and I made $350 or something like that.
Wow.
Because I gave back the knife set that they gave me to sample with, which actually right now is the first time I thought, man, I should have kept that, because I don't have a good set of knives right now.
Oh, okay.
And those were good knives.
Yeah.
Ish. So after I quit that, I got a job at Meijer in Fruitport. And I worked there for about a year and a half-ish. I worked there from August 12th of 2008 to sometime in April of 2010.
Which when you worked there, you actually worked with a mutual friend of ours.
Stevie.
I wasn't going to say her name.
I will. Hey, Stevie. I hope you listen.
Do you think Stevie listens?
I told her about it.
You did? Mm-hmm. What did she say?
I think she said cool.
She won't talk to me. She denies my friend requests.
Well, you're kind of an asshole.
No, I'm not. I'm nice.
To me, yeah, I think you're a nice guy.
I was nice to her.
What happened?
She
Do you want
claims
to
I
talk?
sexually harassed her a little bit.
Does that happen?
She grinded her vagina on my leg.
I think that's Stevie, though. The first time I ever met her, I'll tell this story because I think it's funny, and I think I've told this to her. First time I ever met her was at Meyer, and she did a trot run up to me, and then stopped and did a weird pose, stuck her hand way out for a handshake. I said, "Hey, I'm Stevie. Nice to meet you."
And you just stepped into it with your groin?
No, I should have. But what I did was, I shook her hand. I said, "Hi, it's nice to meet you." But in my head, I'm thinking, I never ever want to talk to you after this again.
She's kind of weird.
Yeah, but I mean, she's cool now. I get along with her really well.
I always liked her.
Yeah, she's a cool chick.
Yeah, I always thought she was awesome.
But yeah, that's where I met her. And
I feel like she thought I wanted to sleep with her, but I didn't. I'm just like that with all girls.
this is now the confessional podcast.
Secret time. No, I'm really friendly, and I get really attached to girls. Mm-hmm. Not in a bad way.
No, I understand that.
Not in a stalker way. I'm not going to drive by your house at 3 in the morning.
Every night.
Most of the week.
But no, she's cool.
No, yeah, she was cool. So
after Meyer, I worked at a place. I don't know. Do you think I should say the name?
I don't think so.
No. I worked in a shop in Whitehall for 6.5 years.
Yeah, like an aeronautics.
Aerospace engine parts.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I worked there from May 3rd of 2010 to September 30th of 2016.
It's a nice run.
Yeah, I can keep a job,
Yeah.
but the job can't keep me.
Oh.
And I was just out last night celebrating with another person who left there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Can we name them on the podcast, or?
Yeah, sure. His name is Brandon.
Oh, Brandon?
Not that one.
Oh. Beef
Another
friend?
kid. No, not Beefriend. We'll call him Beefin.
I don't think I know this one.
No. He started there last year,
Okay.
2015. I'm pretty sure. He's a cool kid, real smart. I like him. I'm excited to have him. He's going to be working in the same plant that I am.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then that's cool.
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Never going to.
I think you might. But, maybe if they can't get anybody else who's way better and more qualified than you.
There's a theory going around that they've hired a bunch of people to get their numbers up before the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And the bottom of the bottoms will be gone.
Oh, no.
They won't make it. So, I'm not worried. Okay.
That's good. Well, I hope that's not true because that would not be good.
I wouldn't worry about it for you.
Nope, I actually just had my 30-day review yesterday.
Oh, yeah? How'd that go?
It went well. There's the very last thing on the review. I don't remember exactly how it's worded. It's worded funny, but it's basically saying, should we keep this person?
And you had to answer it?
No.
Oh,
They call them, we'll call them the supervisor, they call them something else. The supervisor decides whether to keep it. Yeah, that's what they call them, the team coach. They decide whether or not to keep the associate, as we're called. and it said yes, so it's good.
So
and
they're going to keep it.
everything else was I either met expectations or was acceptable.
Well, didn't exceed anything.
Nobody exceeds.
I know. Just fucking with you.
You guys want a little bit more coffee?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take another little bit. Are you having a good day?
Yeah, having a slow day.
Every day is a good day at the Doghouse Saloon.
That is true. We don't have a happy hour. We have a happy all the time.
That's right.
We should get paid for that plug.
One day we will.
One day.
One day.
Sponsorship will look back on this and see we had our finger on the pulse.
But yeah, that's my work history, and then that brings us to where I am now.
Current.
Yeah, to the current job, where I started October 3rd of this year.
We might need to stretch mine over 3 podcasts.
Yeah, you've done a little bit of everything.
Which was actually brought up in a recent interview.
With who?
Where you might be currently employed. She said, your resume, not very impressive.
No.
I was like, what do you mean? Well, it just looks like you bounced around a lot. I said, well, yeah, I haven't really found any place where I fit in, or I haven't gotten laid off from because of, things out of my control. She said, okay. Anyway, my first job, I think, was picking blueberries as a kid. I did it for a week.
How old were you?
I was like 13.
So before I was born.
Yeah. And picking blueberries is not a good job for most people.
Mm-mm.
I got yelled at in Spanish a lot.
Do you know Spanish?
No. And I got yelled at by the field boss because I did what he called scatter picking. I just went and picked the best looking berries and left a ton back.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, whatever, I'm 13. I did that for like 3 or 4 days. Didn't go back. I think it was after I took a dump in the outhouse that I was really done with that.
There was an outhouse.
Yeah. It was just a small building with a hole in the ground.
So this is 1988.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too.
It was gross. I mean, it's Nunica.
Yeah, Nunica seems like a pretty gross place.
Oh, it is. It's horrible. Then I went and I worked for a small mechanic who had an airstrip. He had a small prop engine plane. My dad used to bring his boat to him that worked on. We worked out a deal. He would teach me flying lessons in order for me to do work around the shop. I went flying like twice, and then he stopped teaching me, and I was basically a slave.
He didn't pay you?
Yeah, so I stopped going.
That sucks.
Yeah. After that, I think I worked at a Chinese restaurant in Spring Lake.
You told me about this.
Yeah, I loved it. And washing dishes. If you did a good job, they gave you a plate of egg foo young. If you did a really good job, you could get sweet and sour chicken with fried rice. But I still walk in there like 30 years later and they still call me boy. They know me. It's funny. And then I worked at McDonald's for a couple of weeks. I was like 16 at that point.
Okay.
And I dated 2 girls from McDonald's.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, one was morning crew, one was an evening crew. And
I was joking, but you're serious.
no, I'm serious. I can't remember the one girl's name. I think it was Danielle, and the other girl's name was Wendy.
I think you probably liked Wendy better, huh?
Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy.
Wendy, yeah.
What did I say?
Wendy?
Wendy?
Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so that didn't work out. And then, I don't know where I worked. Oh, I think I went to work at, there used to be a small hardware type company called Frank's Nursery and Crafts.
Where was that?
It used to be on Seminole and Seaway Drive.
Where
The coffee
we have the
bean.
coffee shop
Yeah.
and Verdoni's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that used to be Frank's Nursery and Crafts. I worked there for
What was it called?
Frank's Nursery and Crafts.
Nursery and Crafts.
Yep. I got,
What'd you do?
I worked in the outside yard mostly. And it was stupid, but I didn't really do anything. I actually got fired because I called into work one day because I was sick. And I called in early. I was like, I'm really sick. I can't come in. They're like, okay. The manager called me back at like 9 in the morning. She's like, wow, you're fired. If you can't come to work on time. And I was like, are you serious? You called me back to tell me I'm fired? You couldn't have waited until like 1 o'clock? Like, I'm sick. I was really sick. So I was like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
So I remember I got up at like 11. And I was like, where am I going to work now? I drove in my car.
How old are you at this point?
I would say 16, 17.
Okay.
I think I was 16. Drove to Grand Haven, went down by the beach, and there's a restaurant called the Bilmar Inn. I was like, I'll go in there. I went in and applied. And they hired me.
Oh, wow.
So I worked there for like 8 years. I started off as a dishwasher, hated it. I was a busboy, loved it.
You loved busing tables.
Oh my god, it was the best, dude. I made bank. I used to get girls' phone numbers. It's just stupid. I was the head busboy.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Well, the way they would do the schedule was they would list your names in order of how long you've been there, and I worked my way to the top, so I was the head busboy.
Pretty good.
Can't top me. I can have whatever hours I want.
So did you just work all the time?
At one time, I was working at the Bilmar at night, and the Spring Lake Holiday Inn had a restaurant. I worked in the mornings there as a busboy. So I was making bank.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so that's 8 years. What after that?
there's been a couple of factories.
Okay.
Another 10?
I used to, I worked in a lot of restaurants after that too, as a manager. We managed, I moved up to manager at the Bilmar, eventually. And that was just horrible. It was like horrible hours, decent-ish pay, and they just worked you to death.
Right.
So I actually quit, did landscaping. A buddy called me and said, hey, I'm going to manage this restaurant in Grand Haven. Why don't you come manage for me? So I did. I did that for a year or two. Slept with the hostess.
Sweet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you still munching? Need a box?
I'm going to need a box.
And are you guys ready for these?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'll grab you a box.
I thought so much. After I left that small restaurant. Thanks, Ron.
There you go. Let me run that up for you?
Sure. Thank you.
I don't know. I went to another restaurant. We opened up. It was called Fuddruckers.
Really?
Yeah. It's a great little restaurant.
That's a chain, though.
Yeah, it's a chain. And we had the owner of the chain had, I don't know, 3 Fuddrucker chains. Lost them all. And that's what happens when you don't pay your taxes or pay the franchise fee.
Yeah, I guess.
I got fired from there because I was late one day. I was never ever late, and I was late this one day, and my best friend fired me. because I was late. I was like 15 minutes late, and he was doing inventory. And I walked in. I had to walk to the restaurant. I live about 2 miles away. I think my girlfriend was using my car, and so I walked in.
I just need that chocolate.
All right.
And it's like, you're late. I'm like, yeah, I am. He goes, well, that's bullshit. I go, yeah, it is.
I'll run that up for you.
He goes, well, you're fucking fired. I go, fuck you, okay. I walked out.
And that was it, huh?
Yeah. But now if I would have said, no, I'm not fired, I wouldn't have been fired.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
Because we were good friends, but he was just mad. And
so you just kind of wanted to be done.
Yeah, I was just burnt out. It was a rough time in my life. I was drinking a lot. And I've since talked to him.
Sure, James. Got it?
I've since talked to him and he said, yeah, I didn't realize you fucking walked, dude. I wouldn't have fired you. I was like, whatever. So then I went to work at a toy store, a kite and toy store in Grand Haven. As a manager. I was there 2 years. I don't have anything to say about it.
Nothing?
Well, I don't want anything coming back on me.
Okay.
And then I just kind of settled down. I went into another restaurant at the time, Chili's.
Okay.
The same guy who fired me from Fuddruckers hired me at Chili's. They had a real manager and training program, and I just fucked around. I didn't like it. Someone actually got me fired.
Okay.
For a comment that I made outside of work in another restaurant to another trainee.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was stupid. It was real shady. But
All right. Tell me about one more job, and then we got to wrap this up.
one more job. I don't know. I worked in a mental institution.
Yeah, which is where you met Stevie.
Yep. That was an interesting place.
I think she still works there.
I think she does. I think she's like maybe an assistant program manager or something.
Something.
So I don't have anything really to say about that.
Okay.
It was interesting. I didn't like getting spit on. I didn't like getting punched. And I almost got stabbed once.
Stabbed?
Yeah.
Man.
Because of another employee who I won't say her name.
Okay. Maybe later on we can elaborate more
off the air.
on that place, because I've heard stories.
It's stupid. All it is a warehouse for this company. They stick these people in there. They don't get any real treatment, and they just store them.
Yeah.
It's really disgusting.
It doesn't sound like a good thing to me.
No, there's zero treatment. I mean, they run treatment programs, and they'll do, we're going to have group therapy that's run by other staff. Not like mentally trained, intelligent
Just
staff.
people from the street.
Just
running.
people from the street, like, hey guys, I've got this flyer, and we're going to talk about our feelings.
That works.
Yeah.
It might. I don't know.
It's stupid. It's a waste of time. Half the time, the only reason these guys would do it was like to get some kind of incentive to do it. Like, hey, if you go, we'll give you an extra coffee.
Really?
Yeah, it was stupid.
That doesn't sound good.
I hated it.
All right, how are we gonna wrap this one up?
Well, what I thought, what I really want to morph this podcast into is a Star Wars miniatures podcast.
Oh my God!
And I actually
no.
brought the rules
I hate you.
to X-Wing the miniatures game.
What?
Now this rule booklet explains the basic rules so 2 players can immediately start playing X-Wing.
You're such a fucking nerd.
You don't want to play
I'm
X-Wing?
gonna burn those papers.
It comes with 1 X-Wing and 2 TIE fighters.
What do you do?
You have to pretend you're in space, and you have a space battle. I think we should set up right in here. Look, and here's extras you can buy. You can buy an X-Wing expansion pack, a TIE Fighter expansion pack.
He's reading off of an instruction manual?
Yes.
Yeah, it's an instruction manual that he brought that I tried to look at before we started recording. And he,
Covered it up.
yeah, he didn't slap
It's a
my hand,
surprise.
but I think he would have if I gotten any farther.
Yeah, no touchy. I forgot the real rule book, but this is the quick setup. We have to define a flag.
Are there, figurines that come with it?
Yeah, you get an X-Wing and 2 TIE Fighters. I already said that.
What do you...
How do you not listen?
Do you play, shut up. Do you play,
It's
little
miniatures.
kids play, cars? You just,
No, there's set movements. I think there's dice.
So,
You have to roll dice to see how you move. These are attack dice, I think.
we should have brought this up earlier.
I just wanted to end the podcast with tune in next week for X-Wing the Miniatures Tap podcast.
All right, that's how we'll end it.
All right.
Yeah, so if you made it this far and you have any ideas, suggestions on how to make this better, or anything that you'd like to hear, we're going to post this on Facebook again.
Yep.
Leave us a comment. Do something.
Search for us on SoundCloud, the Tap podcast.
Yeah, we want you guys to listen and we want you to enjoy it. And if we offend you,
Well, too fucking bad.
yeah, I guess get over it. We didn't punch you in the face.
Yeah.
So,
Dust the sand out of your vagina.
yeah, that too. All right, I hope
All right, I've been Patrick,
I'm Ryan.
and we'll talk to you next week.
Kisses, bye.
That was one from the vault. Remember to check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Search for the Tap Podcast and you'll find us. Please give us a rating and a positive review if you like the show. We love you.